Hello, hello, everyone. Hello. This is me, Shaddy, with Louisiana Film Prize and Prize Fest. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing the filmmaker behind one of the top 20 films for Louisiana Film Prize 2022, The Crying Bowl. So please welcome Gio to the screen. Hello, Gio.
Hi guys, thank you so much for all the applause I can hear from behind the screens. Thank you.
So Gio, why don't you go ahead and just give us your name and the name of your film and give us a brief synopsis of your film without giving away too much.
All right. So I'm Gio March. I'm director writer of The Crying Bull. This film is a bilingual film, Spanish and English. It's the story of a matador who didn't want to become a matador, but he was forced by his parents at the age of 10, and he had no other choice that to follow those rules. And you know, I just can't tell you anymore. I think I'm going to stop right there. But it's a beautiful story. There's love, there's passion, there's color, sadness. It's got a little bit of everything, and also a flamenco dance. So there you go.
Yeah, something for everybody, really. That's great. So I understand that this film, it takes us through the story of this man who, as a child, he's reconciling his this history of Spain and the tradition of the matador and bullfighting. How I understand that you are also originally from Spain. Is that correct?
Yes, from Barcelona, Spain.
So how did you come into the inspiration for this film? How did you decide to make this your film prize submission for this year?
Well, the idea started a few years back. It's not something that just came out last year. I started a few years back. It was going to be more like the life of a matador and Antonio, the matador, being the sole protagonist. But as I was writing the script and through all my research, seeing all these devastating pictures of the bulls with and learning how bad they suffer. I mean, they went through hell. They went through hell even just before to put him out on the ring, on the bullfight. And I got so emotional, and I can't even. I mean, right now I'm just getting goosebumps too, just to tell you. I felt the pain. Um, and I decided to make the film more about the bull than the matador because it was everybody's done it with the matador like the start of the show, and nobody ever talks about the animal, and I wanted to change gears to that and make it make him the protagonist.
Yeah. And I really have to commend you because like the way you like tackled the subject and like you did such a great job with like the imagery and like the just being able to see how like you talk about this concept and seeing it come to life. It's just been brilliant, you know? So how did you figure out how to film this film the way you did? How did you decide where to film it and what place could best emulate the setting you were trying to film?
I know it was going to be tricky. The first thing I said to myself is like, when I had the script, when the script was done, I said, okay, now let's be realistic. How am I going to make this film look credible in a way that it's supposed to, be in Spain and film here, film in Shreveport is going to be tricky. But I knew that the costumes were going to be key. Um, the locations also, and I had some already in mind. Um, the trick here is just to do like a really close up to the locations you want to be, and but knowing that what you're showing could be somewhere else in Spain, and it worked out to me my liking very well, and I'm very happy with the results.
And something else that I want to talk about is we don't really see a lot of multilingual submissions for Louisiana Film Prize. So how does it feel for you to be able to see like this film represent like yourself from Spain and just like Spanish speakers in this film festival this year?
Well, believe it or not, I was doubting myself if to do this film completely in English or completely in Spanish, or what. I mean, I wasn't sure. I heard friends and people telling me, no, do it this way, no, do it the other way. And then I decided to do like a mix. So to get to that point, I mean, I went through three different scripts. I kept changing and changing the drafts, and originally it was not gonna be like that, and the way it turned out to be, and I'm happy that I changed it and I did like mixed, and and I think it works well.
Hmm. Well, good. So given that, what do you think you would like your audience to take away from seeing this film once it plays on the big screen during Film Prize this year?
Well, obviously, this is a film that talks about animal cruelty. Everybody's gonna be sympathizing with the animal. It's obvious. And also the story that also there's another story that's been said in the film, which is when your kid, it's 10 years old, like Antonio is in the film, and he has dreams, he has a passion, but you have a parent or both parents who don't agree with those, dreams of yours, and they want you to become somebody else, somebody who you're not, and you hate to be. Um, it's also very sad, and this happens in real life also. And I feel like people will understand that you need to let your child be whoever they want it to be, and that's also like a second message in the film.
Definitely. And I do really appreciate the nature of this film just because you really see this like physical representation of Antonio, the character, like dealing with the bull and like all that this like the culture of the matador and bullfighting represents for him and for his family and growing up with them. So to see like the story tackle that in a way that so many other people can relate to, just reapplying and translating those skills is truly incredible. And I really appreciate the story for being what it is.
Thank you, thank you.
So, and one more thing I want to ask you, uh, with this film, it's going to screen October 20th through 22nd. Then the 23rd, we have our awards ceremony and the big tent. We call the name, the winner for Film Prize this year, the Crying Bull. Geo Marsh, Geo, yeah. So how's that going to feel for you? And what are you going to do with that $50,000?
Well, I mean, I tried before for the Louisiana Film Prize with three other short films that never made it, and all I wanted is to be part of the Louisiana Film Prize, be in the festival, and enjoy the process. I never even thought about winning anything. So for me, just to be here where I am right now is just amazing. I don't want to think about the final prize. I mean, who knows? We've seen some in the past the films that won, and people were like disapproving of the election and whatever. But it is going to be what it's going to be. I mean, I can't do anything about that. Of course, we need to encourage people to vote for your film, but I don't really want to think about that. What I'm going to do with the money, well, it's part of the same answer, but I guess I'm gonna, if everything goes well, I will really like to shoot this in a feature film, this same movie. I think with more money, we can make it better. We can make it better, and better locations, and I think that's part of what I'm gonna do. But also, it's another dream that it's kind of a there, kind of far. I see it far. I mean, I just don't want to think about honestly the that Sunday. I don't want to think about it.
Right, just be here and now, yeah.
Yes, enjoying the moment.
Yes, well, I'm glad you're already are able to enjoy that moment. It's a good moment to
Very
enjoy. I know you put a lot of effort into this film as well, because I know like before this, you're talking about how you're like director, writer, producer, or co-producer with your partner, and then you said you also like made the costume yourself for the Matador as well.
Yes, I was gonna tell you earlier, but the when the script was done, and I said, okay, let's get to work, and for this film to work, the Matador has to have a costume, and one that he looks well. By the way, I'm playing the Matador. It's just I don't know if anybody know, but I'm playing the Matador, so I know I had to um, do it. Those costumes, they cost at least $7,000 or $8,000. There was no way I was gonna get one of those, so I decided to fabricate it myself, and I start sewing. Thank God my mother showed me how to sew to sew when I was 13. So I did it all by hand. There was a lot of sequence to sew and a lot of passion involved. But and I never saw a Matador costume in my life. But I went for it, and man, I look good. Let me tell you, that Matador costume, it fits like a glove on my body. Oh, by the way, I lost 20 pounds. Not that I want to brag about it or anything. I don't want to sound like Kim Kardashian saying that she lost these pounds for the picture, but or for the dress. But I did because I knew I had to look the part, and I had this belly, and I didn't want it to show. And anyway, so at the end, yeah, when the costume was done, I said, okay, let's not now let's keep going. I'm sure I'm done with this. That was my first concern and pretty much my big one. So from then on, everything went kind of like a breeze.
That's great. It's great to have like, like once you reach that one specific goal point that you're trying to get to, then suddenly everything else just falls into place.
Yeah,
That's
if
wonderful.
I didn't have that Matador costume, I could have never done the film. I didn't want it to look like a cheap Matador or anything like that. It needed to be real, like I said. So yeah.
Right. Well, I think all that efforts you put into this film definitely paid off. And I can't wait for everybody to see this film during Prize Fest this year from October 20th through 22nd. Before we go, Gio, I do have one more request, and that is if you could join me in giving us a hearty Viva la Film Prize. What do you say?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm going to count you down from 3. So here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Viva la Film Prize!
All right. Thank you so much, Gio. That was great, wonderful. And I can't wait to see you and everybody else at Prize Fest this year. Thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me.